I am in no way an expert in this game, or any game for that matter, really. So anything I say is from my experience from playing the game. I pick up tips from chat, scrolling Reddits, pretty much just observations. I'm not doing deep dive, extensive research on the thing. So whenever you listen to something in my video, nothing's 100% confirmed. It's all just me messing around in the game. With that being said, let's talk about Miles Eckhart. Miles has some interesting missions to hand out. And if you weren't already aware of this, Miles is the one who gives you the Idris mission, as well as group bounties. So how do you go about getting Miles' attention so that you can start these missions? From my experience, you have to do a ton of bounties. Sort of like you're proving yourself as capable of handling these difficult tasks that he has to give you. I did this by doing a ton of VHRT bounties. I can't really remember the number offhand. It was a couple days and a lot of bounties before I got the notification to come and meet. Definitely more than 20 though. And being an alpha, I don't know if that's normal or something was bugged out. Once you get your invite, you head down to Lorville and have your face-to-face with Miles. He'll give you the first Arlington gang member to go take out. After completing the first Arlington bounty, keep checking the bounty tab for any Arlington bounties that will pop up. They show pretty quickly, but you might need to keep refreshing the contract manager a few times, or just wait a couple minutes after finishing one of the bounties. After taking a bunch of the small fries out, you'll finally get the Hammerhead bounty. And completing this one is important for two reasons. The first being it opens up the final Arlington mission, which is taking out the Idris. And the second is it gives you access to the Eckhart Group Bounties. I want to point out right now, it is extremely easy to take out a Hammerhead, but that will change in the next patch. I believe in the patch notes they have for 3.12.1, the dominant scatterguns will no longer be able to overpenetrate and go through the shields. But don't worry, you can always use distortion scatterguns along with the dominant scatterguns to still wreak some havoc. And I know this because that's how I initially took out the Hammerhead, because I thought every single scattergun was bugged, but it turns out it was just the dominance. But still, using distortion scatterguns and some attritions, I was able to take out a Hammerhead in less than a minute. So don't worry too much, you'll still be able to solo them. And after you blow apart the Hammerhead, you'll have another notification pop up to go and meet Miles. And during the second meeting, he'll give you a group bounty to take on. And if you agree to accept this task, you'll have 40 minutes to take out 3 targets, your standard group bounty mission time. And they'll be in Hurston and Crusader, so make sure you're ready to head to battle right away. After you complete this first group bounty, you'll start receiving the next tier of bounties. They start going up in difficulty with each completion, just like the normal bounty progression. From my experience, you have to do at least 2 group bounties in that tier group to move on to the next one. The higher the payout, the more difficult the bounty will be, so keep that in mind. The highest tier you can go to is the EHT, and that's the 87,500, I believe is what it is. And you're fighting Hammerheads in that bounty. If you break down the bounties, they pay what the single bounty pays out, only this time you have to take out the 3 targets spread out throughout Stanton before getting paid. And oftentimes you'll have the bounty spawning with their backup, which honestly is how bounties should be. That high of a payout, you should have to struggle in the fight a little bit. And I hope that does change as well in the upcoming patch with all bounties. Finally, about the Idris mission, I still have not been able to successfully accomplish this mission, but I've only tried it twice. And the first time we all 30k'd and couldn't regroup as the servers became too buggy and we all just had to bail. And then the second time, I did it alone and I smoked that ship in my Titan. And as cool as that sounds, a little ship taking on this behemoth, It took over an hour, and that was using the bugged scatter guns, the dominance. I don't suggest anybody try that again, unless you want the accomplishment yourself. And that's really why I did it. I just wanted to do it. I knew it could be done, but I wanted to do it myself. I wanted that sweet payout of 200 plus thousand, and I didn't get it. Something happened during that hour that prevented me from clearing the mission. You have to take out the Idris and all the other ships that come out, and unfortunately I could never get the others to spawn, or something bugged out during the battle. I mean, it did take an hour. I'm gonna have to try it some other time, but I'm definitely not doing it alone, and I'm pretty sure my mouse is possibly broken from smashing the left trigger for an hour non-stop, just spamming it. And that's pretty much the Eckhart security bounties, the Arlington missions, and then you get the group bounties. And you only have to go up to the hammerhead battle to get the group bounties. That's my experience. As soon as I killed that hammerhead, the bounty popped up. Not the bounty, but the meeting to go and sit down with Eckhart, and he gives you that group bounty to start. So that's all you really have to do. You don't have to fight the Idris. I don't even know what happens after the Idris. I'm still waiting to find that out. And I want to finish this up just talking about what I've been doing for my missions and how I'm earning my money. And I've been focusing my time in Crusader, just running any mission that pays 20k or more. I hit VHRTs, monitors, ECN missions, and halt hostiles at SPK. And just running this loop constantly, as you'll always have a new mission popping up there in one of those categories. I usually can earn around 500,000 in like 2 to 3 hours. And it's a nice variety. You're not sitting there just stuck doing bounties. You're hitting different tasks. You're even getting out of your ship, doing some run and gun FPS stuff. And it kind of breaks up the monotony of just bounty hunting itself alone. And then when I want to, or if there's no missions for some reason left in that area, I've had some nights like that happen, I'll take a group bounty and I'll head over to Hurston and see what's going on. And regardless of where I'm at, if I decide to hit the Microtech, or I'm going to, I can't remember the group of System of Planets and Moons, but Area 18, I'm always on the lookout for high paying missions. So if you're doing this, you can always say, okay, a trip wasn't wasted as you were earning money. So if you're going to those places to buy weapons specifically, or do something specific there that's not geared towards money making, you can still make it. Microtech and Area 18 both have 890 jump missions that pop up. Area 18, Microtech, go to those places for the 890 jump missions. If you see them pop up when you're in those areas, take it. It's an easy 45k. Don't turn them down. Just grab it. And then lastly, if your ship can't handle the VHRT, do lower bounties. Anything is better than doing deliveries. And lastly, one more thing. The bounties are going to be spawning a lot faster in the next patch, from what I saw in the notes there. So no more waiting 2 to 5 minutes for your target to show up. They're going to show up a lot faster. Probably be waiting there like in previous patches. And that means maybe the backup will be coming a lot sooner too. So bounty hunters, get ready for that. You're going to have some battles, and hopefully they're fun. I do enjoy the chaos sometimes. And that's it for now. Later.